Hello everyone, this is Teacher Harold, your junior high school mathematics teacher. And in this video, I'll be discussing about angle of rotation, particularly coterminal angles. After watching this video, you should be able to define coterminal angles and find the angle or angles of coterminal to the angle in standard position. A rotation is a transformation in a plane that turns every point of a figure through a specific angle and direction about a fixed point. The fixed point is called the center of rotation. The amount of rotation is called angle of rotation, and it is measured either in degrees or in radians. The angle in standard position discussed in the previous material is an example of such angle of rotation. Now for the angle of rotation, we have the first one, which is the positive angle of rotation. Take for example, the rectangular coordinate system, as we all know, consists of two intersecting axes, the vertical and the horizontal axis, also known as a y-axis and the x-axis respectively. And their intersection is called the point of origin. So in this Cartesian plane or rectangular coordinate system, we will illustrate an angle in standard position. So as you can see right now, I've just drawn the initial side, which is always coinciding the positive x-axis. And from that point, we are about to generate a positive angle of rotation. So obviously, the rotation will initially start at this position, okay, the one that is coinciding the positive x-axis. And so we call it the initial side, and from that point, a rotation is taking place, and it generates a positive angle of rotation. And as we all know, the rotation is in counterclockwise manner. And from the initial side, it terminates at this position. And this ray is what we call the terminal side. And theta, which is the Greek letter, denotes or signifies the angle of rotation. Now, since the amount of rotation is generated in a counterclockwise manner, the angle produced is the positive angle of rotation. And the pivot point or the center of rotation is at the point of origin. Another type of angle of rotation is, of course, the negative angle of rotation. So again, we consider the Cartesian plane or the rectangular coordinate system. Okay, the x and y axis intersecting at the point of origin, which is again the center of rotation. And we're going to initially draw the first side of an angle, which is again coinciding the positive x-axis. And from that position, an angle is about to be formed or generated. But unlike the first angle, the way this angle is to be generated is in clockwise manner. Okay, again, this is the initial side, the angle of the center of rotation, and again from the initial side, an angle is an angle is to be generated, and it is again in clockwise manner, as you can see right now. Okay, okay, and the side terminates at this position. Again, this is the terminal side, if this is the initial side. And again, the angle can be denoted by theta also. But in this case, the type of angle uh, that is just generated is the negative angle of rotation. So this one is generated in a counterclockwise manner, while the second angle is generated in a clockwise manner. Next. An angle of rotation are formed in the coordinate plane between the positive x-axis, or the initial side, and a ray, which is the terminal side. Positive angle measures represent a counterclockwise rotation, while negative angle measures indicate a clockwise rotation, as what you see from my previous slides about the two angles. Next. Since the x and y axis are perpendicular, each axis then represents an increment of 90 degrees of rotation. The diagram below shows 6 examples of angles in standard position formed by rotating a ray through a quadrants of coordinate plane. Take note that the examples 1 to 3 are positive angles generated by counterclockwise rotation, while the last 3, 4 to 6, are negative angles generated by clockwise rotation. Okay, for you to understand what I'm trying to explain here, let me show you the 6 figures. Okay, again, the first 3 angles that you see from this illustration are generated in a counterclockwise manner, as indicated by this arc of rotation, the blue ones. Okay? The blue. Okay. So for the first figure, we have the positive 135 degrees, or in radian, that is 3 pi over 4. In figure number 2, okay, a positive angle is generated having an amount of rotation of 210 degrees, or that is 7 pi over 6. And for the third angle, the amount of rotation is 300 degrees, or 5 pi over 3. Now, any of these 3 figures are positive angle of is a positive angle of rotation, any of these 3. Okay, while on the last 3 examples, or 3 angles, each of these 3 is generated in a clockwise manner, as indicated by this red arrow curve. Okay, okay, so initially the rotation starts from the positive x-axis, and it rotates in a clockwise manner until it reaches the terminal side. Okay, so in figure 4, we have negative 120 degrees, or that is in radian, which is 2 pi over 3. Actually, this is negative. Okay, this is negative, not positive. Now, for number 5, the angle produced is negative 210 degrees, or that is negative 7 pi over 6. And the last angle is generated having an amount of rotation or measure of 315 degrees, or negative 315 degrees, or in radian, that is negative 7 pi over 4. Okay. Now, what about coterminal angles? Actually, this is what I'm going to discuss. This is the highlight of our topic in this our lesson in this video. So, when we say coterminal angles, from the definition, these are two or more angles of different measures but have a common terminal side. Take take this for example. Let us consider again the rectangular coordinate system, the x and y axis, or the coordinate axis. So we have two Cartesian planes or two rectangular coordinate systems. Now in every quarter turn from this position, there is an increment of 90 degrees. So another 90 degrees, that is 180. Another 90 quarter turn, 270, and we go back to the initial side, which is 360 degrees. Or in radian, okay, wait. So let us now draw an angle from the first Cartesian plane or rectangular coordinate system. So obviously the initial side starts at the on the positive x-axis, and then it rotates at this moment by 90 degrees clockwise, counterclockwise, and the rotation terminates at this position. So the amount of rotation is between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So particularly that, okay, wait. So on from the second coordinate system, we will draw the same angle, but the way this angle is produced is different from the angle that is produced from this one, no? Okay. So I just copy the angle on the second figure from this one. Okay. But the way this angle is produced is different from this one again. So let's just say by using a protractor, we measure this angle as 160 degrees. Then, but when it comes to this second figure, let's just say we're going to generate the same angle, but the amount but the way this angle is generated is different from the first figure. Okay, so ganito yan. Okay, clockwise manner. So from the initial side, an angle is about to be generated in a clockwise manner. So follow the red direction. Okay. And it terminates at this position, which is actually the same as this terminal side. But if we're going to determine the amount of rotation, obviously it's different, which is, okay, equal to negative 200 degrees. So basically, ang ginawa lang natin is, yung nakuha nating unang sukat dito, we subtract this by 360 degrees, and that is negative 200. So anong ibig sabihin nito? It means the two angular measures are what we call the coterminal angles, okay? Because they share the same terminal side. Okay? Now, if we try to determine another angular measure, we just consider the first figure. So let's just say we start at this position, along the positive x-axis, and we try to rotate this side until it reaches the same terminal side. So, ano mangyayari? Okay. So, we rotate by 90 degrees as of this point, then 180 degrees, then 270 degrees, and okay. Again, we rotate until it reaches the same terminal side. So, how many degrees? So, what is the amount of rotation? So, obviously, the rotation is more than 360 degrees. So, we simply consider the first measure is 160 degrees and we add it by 360 degrees and the result is 520 degrees. So, basically, we consider 160 degrees and from this position, we rotate by 360 degrees. Like this. Kaya ito yung lumabas. Then, we add the two, 520 degrees. Therefore, 520 degrees together with the first two angular measures are coterminals. Okay? Now, next. So again, these three angles are coterminal angles. Since why? Since they share the same terminal side. Now, let us have some examples. Identify whether the given angles are coterminal or not. Okay, we have 4 examples and each one has a pair of angular measures. So we need to find out if the two angular measures from each item are coterminal to each other. Okay, so we go to number 1. So this is what we're going to do. Work with any of the two angular measures or simply choose one from the two given angular measures from that item. By simply what? Adding or subtracting that angle by 360 degrees or 2 pi. So 360 degrees if the given angle is in degrees, but if the angle is in radians, we use 2 pi. So continuously add or subtract them that angle until this measure becomes identical with the other. Okay. So if they are identical, then these angular measures are coterminal. Otherwise, these given angles are not. Okay. So if you did understand the explanation from this paragraph, let us go to the first item, number 1. So the given angles are 100 and 820 degrees. So for our solution, we choose 100, and what shall we do with this one? Obviously, the target is to make the first angle identical with this one. So, we simply add 100 by 360. So, how many times? We add 100 by 360 twice. So, we add it by 2 times 360 degrees, and the result is what? 100 plus 720, or that is 820 degrees, which is the same as the second given angular measure in number 1. So what does this mean? It means that these two angular measures are coterminal. Next, number 2. How about 510 and negative 150 degrees? Are they coterminal or not? Let us find out. So we choose negative 150. So what do we do with this angular measure? we simply add this by 360 degrees. By how many times? Twice. And what do we get from this operation? It's 570 degrees, which is obviously not the same as this one. Meaning these two angular measures are not coterminal. Next, we go to number 3. Negative 5 pi over 4 and 11 pi over 4. Coterminal or not? Tingnan natin. Say 11 pi over 4. So we choose the positive angular measure. So what do we do with 11 pi over 4? Obviously, we subtract that by 2 pi. How many times? Twice. And what do we get? Okay. So that is 11 pi over 4 minus 16 pi over 4. So basically, we first identify the LCD, which is 4. Okay. And we make the two terms similar fractions, having the same denominator. Then, the result is negative 5 pi over 4, which is the same as this one. Meaning that these two are obviously coterminal to each other. Next, number 4. 17 pi over 6 and negative pi over 6. So we choose negative pi over 6, and what shall we do with that? We simply add that by 2 pi twice. Okay? And what would be the result? Of course, that will be 4 pi. Then we get the LCD, which is obviously it's 6. Then we make the two terms similar fractions with the same denominator of 6. And then carry out the indicated operation. And that is 23 pi over 6, which is not the same as 17 pi over 6. Therefore, the pair of angles in number 3 are not coterminal. Next, number 4. Oh no, it's not. We only have 3 examples. So we go to the second set of illustrative examples. Okay. So what do we do? Find two coterminal angles to each angular measure. One positive and one negative. Okay? So again, find two coterminal angles to each angular measure. One positive coterminal angle and one negative coterminal angle. So we have 4 examples here. So we start with number 1. And the given measure is negative 500. Okay. First is, we determine the first angle coterminal with negative 500. So we simply add this by 360 degrees. And what do we get? It's negative 140. So the first angular measure is the negative coterminal angle to negative 500 degrees. Now, what about the positive coterminal angle? So basically, taking this result, and we add this again by 360 degrees. So we have 220 degrees, which is the second positive coterminal angle to negative 500 degrees. Therefore, the two angular measures coterminal with this one are what? Negative 450 degrees, which is the negative coterminal, and the positive coterminal, which is 220 degrees. Okay? Next, number 2, 55 degrees. So for our solution, 55 added to 360 degrees, so we have 415 degrees, which is the positive angle coterminal to 55. Then, for the negative coterminal angle, again, we go back to 55 degrees, but this time we subtract this by 360 degrees. And we have 305 degrees, which is the negative angle coterminal to the given angular measure, which is 55. So the two angular measures are what? 415 degrees and negative 305 degrees. Next, number 3, negative 7 pi over 6. So we just add this by 2 pi. And the result is 5 pi over 6, which is the positive angle coterminal to this angular measure. Okay. What about the negative coterminal? Of course, again, we go back to this given angular measure and subtract this by 2 pi, and the result is negative 19 pi over 6, which is the negative angle coterminal to negative 7 pi over 6. Okay. And for the last one, number 4, pi over 3, to get its positive coterminal angle, so we add this by 2 pi, and the result is 7 pi over 3. And what about the negative coterminal angle to pi over 3? So we subtract, we go back to pi over 3, and this time we subtract this by 2 pi, and the result is negative 5 pi over 3. So for pi over 3, the positive coterminal angle is pi over 7 pi over 3, and its negative coterminal angle is negative 5 pi over 3. Remember, finding coterminal angles is as simple as adding or subtracting 360 degrees or 2 pi to each angle, depending on whether the given angle is in degrees or in radians. There are infinite number of coterminal angles that can be found. And because of that, since we cannot exactly determine how many coterminal angles does the given angular measure have, we could generalize that as a pair of formulas. Thus, an angle theta is coterminal with all the possible angles. If we use this formula, theta plus or minus 360k, where k is an integer and theta is the degree measure. Now, for the radian measure, this is the formula. So if theta is radian measure, it is coterminal with angles, all the possible angles, representing this expression, theta plus or minus 2 pi k, where k is an integers. So basically, may formula tayo. Itong gagamitin nyo kung ang given angular measure is degrees sa paghanap ng lahat ng posibleng coterminal angles. Now, if the angle is in radians, ito naman yung formula na gagamitin ninyo. Okay? And with that, that will be all. And we'll see you next time for another video clip of math lesson.